All right, this is the last video to show you how to finish up this hammer. First, I'm going to add all of these sketches, which are my guide curve sketches, into a new folder. I'm just going to say guides, something like that. And then I can start creating these lofts. Go ahead and you can choose any one that you want. It's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3 lofts here. I'm going to start with the handle loft because it's going to be the easiest one. So I'll open up lofted boss / base, and I'm going to come here to my main sketches and select the 2 sketches that I want. So let's find the bottom one, which is sketch 4, and then the top one, which is sketch 5. Okay. And then now we can start inserting our guide curves. So we actually need to use the selection manager here because we have multiple curves in a singular sketch. And so we'll have to select these as open groups, which you should be used to selection manager by now. If not, just a review, just right click, hit selection manager, and then select the entities that you want. They have to be continuous. Hit the check mark, and you're good to go. One mistake I just made is I actually want to go around the hammer. Sometimes when you do guide curves like this, where you go across and then across, it can cause issues. So I'm actually going to delete that one and come to this one here. Okay. And then this one here. And notice how I'm not actually opening up the selection manager every time. It's just automatically opening it because of the way that my sketches are set up. Because I have multiple potential curves in one sketch, it just automatically opens it when I select them. Okay. And so once I'm done selecting all those curves, we got them all over here. We can just hit the check mark. There's our first loft. You can see the shape of the handle right there. Now I'm going to do the loft between this square and then this rectangle over here. So open up our loft tool, find that sketch, which will be sketch 2 and sketch 3. Okay, real quick, some people might think that you could do all 3 of these in one. I'll show you actually that will fail. And so if I do all 3 of these in one, it looks fine, but once I start adding guide curves to this, it will cause issues, and it will actually cause it to break. And so that's why I'm having to do this in 2 separate lofts because of the way the guide curves are, because the guide curves are not continuous throughout all 3 profiles. And so let's clear these out. And again, we'll just do the middle one, sketch 2 to sketch 3. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And we've got 3 guide curves here. We got this one, we've got this one, and we've got this one in the back. Okay. And that's finished. Now we've got to do our last one, which will be as easy as selecting our last sketch here, sketch 1. And then we got to go find sketch 2, which is underneath that loft. And then we just got to insert our guide curves. And so I'll select this first one. And if you hit this tangency thing, it'll continue for everything that's continuous there. Let's go down to this one. Go around to this one. And then go around to this last one. And now you can see we've got the basic shape of our hammer that we were going for. And finally, the last thing we have to do is we have to cut this hole out of the top. We'll do that by sketching really on any plane that we'd like. Let me show, I'm gonna show our primary planes. Yeah, we'll do that. And I'm just going to come up and just insert another plane somewhere above this. It doesn't really matter where. It'll just be easiest to visualize if it's not on the part at all for me. And so I'm going to sketch on that plane. And we're going to sketch the center portion, which we cut out using an extrude cut. And it will look something like this. And then finally an arc. Okay. Let's make all these tangent, that one there, and then this one here. Tangent. Let's throw a diameter or a radius on there. Oh, I don't have a radius on there. Give me 1 second. Okay, folks, that was my bad. I went and threw the radius on there, and I'll make sure to upload this updated drawing to Learning Suite. The radius is 1/8 of an inch right there. So we'll throw that on there. And then let's see what else we need. The gap is 0.5 inches. And then let's make sure the distance here is 3.25 from this plane over here. And finally, we need to make sure that this is centered on there and that these are centered around here. The easiest way to do that is to throw on a construction line and then just make the midpoint of that construction line on there. Okay. Now we're fully defined, and we can come up here to our extruded cut, and we can just do a cut up to surface. You don't have to do up to surface. You can do through all, but I'm just going to do up to surface through there, and hit there. And now we are done. Okay, hide everything. There we go. I hope that helps. I hope you learned a lot. There was a lot in this video. We renamed some tree items. We added things to folders. We inserted a ton of planes, lots of sketches, lots of guide curves. You can see here if we didn't put everything in folders, you can see that it would have been pretty big there and could have gotten confusing. And so that's why I like to throw things in folders. Yeah, I hope that helps and that you're able to create this hammer.